Witam was serdecznie, moi drodzy, z powrotem w grze Dziedzictwo Hogwartu. Dzisiaj, tak jak zapowiedziałem, będziemy robić sobie misje poboczne, kontynuować te pomniejsze historie, no i zobaczymy, jakie przygody nas czekają w tym kolejnym odcinku. Zapraszam was. No to w takim układzie kontynuujemy albo raczej zaczynamy te misje poboczne. Spotkajmy się z Sebastianem. Zejdziemy sobie tu po tych schodach i wejdziemy do zegara.
You'll never believe
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
It was hard to do, but casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
Powinniśmy mu powiedzieć, no bo
We need to tell
on jest
him.
bliskim
He's the reason we
przyjacielem.
found the book, and he deserves to know what you've learned.
You've seen how he frets about the dark arts. I promise I'll tell him when I found the relic. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
O,
I am not letting this go.
to ma takie zadatki na początek bardzo mrocznej
Ominous,
ścieżki dla
Sebastian
tego
meant well.
Sebastiana.
I appreciate you telling Sebastian not to keep this from me, but going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors, spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library, noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
No ale co ta historia ma w sumie do czynienia z czarną magią? Dobra, studiowali te książki, no ale to był wypadek, że umarli chyba, nie?
Those references in the book seem promising.
Everything to do with Salazar Slytherin seems promising until it's too late. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further, but if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
The plot thickens, as they say. Teraz udajemy się do Nati.
So frustrating. You wanted to speak with me, Mother?
I had hoped to speak with you alone, Natsai.
Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful. Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you, and she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade for the near future.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not meddle in the affairs of dangerous people.
If someone had meddled in Matabeleland, Father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to listen to reason.
So frustrating. She never listens to me.
She called you her little gazelle. Is that a term of endearment where you're from?
It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now. Much to my mother's
Coś tu
chagrin.
siorbie.
That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
Were you born an animagus, or did you learn to become one?
Animagi are not born. The process is quite elaborate. It involves holding a mandrake leaf in one's mouth for an entire month, then placing the leaf in a crystal phial so that it is imbued with moonlight, then adding one of your own hairs. And that is just the beginning. Self-transfiguration is common among students at Wagadu, but Professor Weasley considers it much too dangerous to teach at Hogwarts.
Can you choose what form your animagus will take?
Oh no, a person's animagus form is determined by their personality. My mother is convinced that my form is a gazelle because I adapt well to any situation. I believe it is because I can sense danger and keep my wits about me.
O, nie
How does
można
it
się
feel
zmienić
to
w to, co
transform
się
into
chce.
an animal?
Well, the first time it can be a bit unnerving. I felt a kind of searing pain and a strong double heartbeat. But it gets easier the more you do it. I no longer feel any pain, and I must say, I find a sense of comfort in the double heartbeat. And I love being able to view the world from a different perspective.
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability to have.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about where poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form. But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
She's concerned for your safety. It may be best for you to stay away from Hogsmeade for now.
That may be safe, but I do not believe that it would be best. Do you? You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Ranrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them. My mother cannot know where I am all the time.
Oby twoja
Thank you
odwaga
for
nie
being
była
here
ci
during that rather
zgubną.
awkward conversation.
Dobra, lecimy dalej. Poppy chce się spotkać na temat smoka.
I'll play it again. Can't thank you enough for helping to save the village from those trolls.
Over here.
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing
Kontrolują
a
mnie.
collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
Rookwood is working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig had asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps to shed light on what we saw at the tent. Don't worry, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
No to powodzenia z polowaniem na smoka, a my kolejnym krokiem będzie to zadanie tutaj, które zabierze nas aż tam daleko. No ale polećmy sobie może na Gryfie. Dużo jaskiń. Będzie trzeba przeznaczyć jeden cały odcinek na próbę eksploracji tego wszystkiego tutaj w okolicy. Mamy jakieś kolejne zadanie, które można sobie zebrać.
Is everything all right?
If the Hamlet sent you here to talk to me about... I know what I have to do. It's not every day a girl has to put down her own troll. I should be allowed to work up to it.
What do you mean your own troll?
I thought that's why you were here. I'm sorry. I suppose if you spend enough time with trolls, you forget your manners. I'm Alexandra. I didn't mean to be short with you. With Ranrock's lot seemingly everywhere, I thought the hamlet could use a bit more security. But my plan has gone awry. I apologised when he almost trampled half the hamlet yesterday. He just needs more time. But everyone wants him gone. They think it's mad, my training a troll. Impossible even.
Training a troll.
It certainly takes a lot of courage to try, I'll give you that.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I wish others felt the same. But I suppose I understand why everyone's been so concerned. What made me think I could train him? I should have learned from Barnabas the Barmy. But he's my troll and my problem. I'll be honest. I'm afraid I won't be able to take care of him. He's stronger than any troll I've ever encountered. I wish I knew someone else who could do it.
What exactly were you training the troll to do?
I was hoping to train him to serve as protection for us. Frankly, I struggled to teach him even a word or two. Couldn't give him even a semblance of self-control.
Oh.
Who's Barnabas the Barmy?
Surely you've seen the tapestry of him at Hogwarts. It hangs in the 7th floor corridor. He allegedly tried to train trolls for the ballet. You can imagine how that turned out.
I'm not thrilled at the prospect, but I'll consider it.
Oh, no. I didn't mean to suggest that you should do it. In fact, you should avoid the area just southwest of here. At least until I work up the courage to do what needs to be done.
Concerning your troll...
The poor dear is out of control. He's an absolute menace to the hamlet. I do hope you're able to dispatch him. I cannot bring myself to do it.
I'm not thrilled at the prospect, but I'll consider it.
Oh, no. I didn't mean to suggest that you should do it. In fact, you should avoid the area just southwest of...
To gdzie jest...
Revelio!
Tu było jeszcze jedne... Tam jest. Okej.
Hello. Might you have time to help with an urgent delivery?
You sound as if you could use some help.
Oh, yes, I could. Eddie Thistle, a dear friend of mine in Feldcroft, is at his wit's end due to the relentless attacks on his hamlet by Ranrock and his loyalists. I sent 2 crates of Chinese chomping cabbages to help, but they've gone missing.
You sent crates of cabbages to battle Ranrock's loyalists?
I did indeed. You see, I know plants, and I believe the goblins will be so irritated by the onslaught of ferocious vegetation, they'll simply leave Feldcroft alone. I wonder if you might track the 2 crates down and deliver their contents to my friend Bernard Indiai. I simply can't leave my shop at present.
Why would the goblins target Feldcroft?
My friend Bernard says they've been seen in the area for a while. He seems to think they're looking for something, but lately they've become more aggressive.
Could you not grow or buy more Chinese chomping cabbages?
I suppose I could, but that would take time. Time we do not have, what with Ranrock's thugs posing new threats every day. Besides, it's the principle of the matter. I grew those cabbages, and they are extraordinary.
Any idea where I might find the crates?
Yes, from what I hear, one was spotted south of Feldcroft, the other, so I hear, is south of Brockborough near the river.
Very well, sir. I shall keep an eye out for 2 crates of Chinese chomping cabbages.
Oh, thank you. I shall let Bernard know he might be receiving those cabbages after all.
What do you have for sale?
Na sprzedaż jeszcze. O, przy okazji możemy
I'm
sobie opowiedzieć
convinced
trochę.
that Feldcroft will be much safer with Chinese chomping cabbages defending them.
Sounds like Feldcroft's in trouble. Perhaps I should try to help.
I'll be able to put that to good use.
A on nie sprzedaje za dużo.
That ought to serve you nicely. Thank you. I hope to see you again soon. Revelio.
Nie no, mieliśmy... Czekaj, zadanie mi się prawdopodobnie zmieniło. Tak, to o to chodziło.
Revelio.
Już to
What do you have in
zaczynamy.
store for me this time?
Anne is getting worse. If there is any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it. I'm requesting your help. Meet me outside of Feldcroft, near the
To
catacomb.
są pówki.
Well, my feet didn't turn into bees. It's a good start.
A, to jest to zadanie, że gdzie stopy zamieniły się w buraki jednemu nieszczęśnikowi.
Revelio. Should have known a herbologist would use Devil's Snare. Revelio.
O, tam jest troll.
Incendio. Revelio. Revelio.
Kółka na sprzęt do Quidditcha. Tu nic więcej nie ma. Możemy się wrócić. Tutaj są jakieś znaki.
I have some
Incendio.
location for Hebridean Dragonfriend and where to return her, you know
O nie.
what. Meet me in the town circle in Hogsmeade.
Mógłbym go ominąć, ale nie byłoby wtedy zabawy.
Expelliarmus. Defender. Bombarder. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Defender. Sepulchre. Incendio. Bombarder. Confringo. Incendio. Expelliarmus, Defender! Bombarder, Confringo! Incendio! Confringo! Bombarder!
Weźmy szpiki. Te smarki. Czy jak to się tam nazywało?
Revelio!
Dokąd my mamy... No... Co my tu znajdziemy? Ciekawe.
A sarcophagus. That should reverse the curse. Hopefully.
Powinno. No. Muszę sobie skrócić drogę.
Revelio!
Skarby tu znajdziemy.
Well, Marmaduke certainly left behind more than plants.
Okej, czyli jesteśmy w punkcie wejścia. Możemy sobie wyjść stąd już. No i udało się zrobić jedną misję przynajmniej. Wydaje mi się,
Santa will
że
be glad to hear that the crest has been returned.
kolejną misję będziemy musieli zrobić razem z Sebastianem. On już czeka. Mówił, że ma nie za dużo czasu, także będzie trzeba się śpieszyć. Przy okazji widziałem, tutaj jest jedna dodatkowa misja poboczna, którą możemy sobie zabrać. Albo to jest misja, którą mieliśmy...
Must have snuck in after all.
Pardon me, sir.
Come to stare at the fool, have you? There's poor Egg Haggerty, robbed by his own sister. She's robbed almost everyone now. So, who's the fool?
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
Then you're the only one who doesn't know about Catherine running off with that thief Victor Rookwood and his lot. Good riddance, I said. Never thought she'd return to steal from me, us, but I just know it was her. I want her caught and sent to Azkaban for stealing a prize family heirloom, sister or no.
What exactly was the family heirloom that the thief stole?
A necklace belonged to the first of the Haggerty women, hundreds of years old. So much history. She'll likely pawn it.
Why would Catherine come back to rob the hamlet if she'd already left?
Do I look like a criminal to you? How should I know? She always despised this place, resented having to grow up here. Perhaps she did it to spite us.
Are you sure Catherine is the culprit? It could be anyone.
Thanks to that Rookwood louse, we're inundated with all manner of criminal. I wanted to believe it was any one of them, except Catherine. But she was the only one who knew where the heirloom was hidden, and she knew precisely which homes to rob.
No.
I could keep an eye out for the thief, sir.
You? Ugh. Nothing to be done by the likes of us. This is a job for the fine officer Singer, or some such authority. Besides, the thief, my sister, only strikes at night. Coward. Long past your bedtime.
What do
Co
you have
masz
for
na
sale?
sprzedaż, kolego?
What can I help you with today?
On ma te magiczne rzeczy. Było trochę rzeczy, które nam nie są potrzebne.
I'll keep an eye on your belongings if I were you. Clattering all steel.
My tu mamy.
Off your face, she will.
Now that it's night, I ought to look into this thievery business for Mr. Haggerty.
Dziwna bariera. Nie wolno tam latać. W tym szczycie.
Looks rather dark in there.
You're here. Good.
Oh, nice to see you here.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned,
I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
I'd be interested to know what else the student discovered.
Have a look. Unfortunately, there's no name on it, but I suspect if it was important enough for Slytherin to stash in his spellbook, it's worthy of further study.
Zastanawiające jest, czy ten relik nie będzie miał jakiegoś wymagania, żeby działał.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the
końcu
way,
mówimy o mrocznej
Ominous has
magii.
been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't. I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do.
Raport uczniowski. Zadanie w katakumbach dało niespodziewane dobre wyniki. Nowa wiedza o naszych przodkach otworzyła mi oczy, ale jednego nie mogę zignorować. W podniszczonej wnęce za wielką salą, pośród wywróconych sarkofagów, znajdował się relikt o dziwnym kształcie. Jego moc była łatwo wyczuwalna. Byłbym w niebo wzięty, gdybym mógł go przebadać, ale zabieranie przedmiotów jest zabronione.
I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb.
No i
I'm
wchodzimy
sure that
tutaj.
foul smell is the scent of success.
Dzisiaj
Try
mamy
not to lose
odcinek
your nerve
Tomb
just yet.
Raidera. Same katakumby.
At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Perhaps that was it. The rest of the tomb will be insect-free.
Yeah, the spiders aren't insects.
Don't start.
No,
Revelio.
Wingardium Leviosa.
co my tutaj mamy?
Finding a chest in an inconspicuous loft. Brilliant.
Kwadratowe obrazy. Więcej pająków.
Bombarda.
Accio. Incendio.
Confringo.
Pajęcze pazury i kasa.
Watch your step. I
Pajęczy
nearly slipped there.
Incendio. Bravado. Confringo. Accio.
Już? Dobrze.
All this grass. It no longer feels like a tomb. I've read about catacombs that underwent expansion efforts and ran into problems, often cave-ins.
And then we're abandoned.
Exactly. We'll be fine, though.
Incendio.
Dużo zawalonych przejść. To będzie tu mały labirynt chyba.
Revelio.
Skrzyneczka.
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some. Even an Accio. Bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd.
Chyba nie ma szans, żeby to otworzyć w taki sposób. No nic, jest przejście dookoła.
There's something here by the altar.
Nierozważnie wspomniałem w moim raporcie o znalezionym relikcie i napomniano mnie, abym go nie ruszał, ale badania są ważniejsze niż moja wierność zasadom. Czuję, że w tym relikcie coś drzemie. Słyszałem, że osoby wybrane przez różdżki z dębu supu szypułkowego władają potężną intuicją i ja w to wierzę. Dlatego właśnie, gdy nikt nie patrzył, przystąpiłem do działania. Wyczarowałem 2 bariery, aby odizolować relikt. Niech przodkowie mi wybaczą, ale użyłem do tego ich kości. Zamierzam tam wrócić, ale najpierw muszę przygotować się do kolejnego zadania, czyli nauki zaklęcia Imperius. Podobno dobrze działa na wrogów.
What did you find?
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades, I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperius curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Do you think the pages were left here on purpose?
Slytherin mentioned a student who excelled in charms and always carried a satchel stuffed full of notes. They might have been left on purpose, or the student may have simply dropped them.
Jak uciekał.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined.
Depulso.
Bones stacked oddly on either side of this archway.
Leave no stone unturned. Or in this case, no bone.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Przypomina ten most. I więcej nam potrzeba.
Depulso. Revelio.
Będzie pajączek.
Accio.
tutaj.
Bombarda. Confringo. Incendio. Confringo. Bombarda.
I
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
You've done it.
Paradne przejście,
I
ale...
knew we'd get through. I felt it in my bones.
Nice.
Pun not intended.
Before we trudge on further, I've just realized something. The student's diary mentions the Imperious Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
Where did you learn the Imperious Curse?
I taught myself. Don't tell Ominous that I've told you. It's not exactly something I can brag about, but it may come in handy. I think you ought to know it.
Shouldn't I know more about what the curse entails?
Remember the blasting curse? Same idea, except when it comes to unforgivable curses, your intention has to be clear. You have to mean it.
No, chętnie się nie nauczę, ale dobrze będzie znać te zaklęcie.
It's probably wise to know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries. Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell to master.
Not an easy spell to master.
Here we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Expelliarmus. Repulso. Defender. Sando. Accio. Incendio.
No i tyle.
Confringo. Revelio.
Tędy nie przejdziemy. Będzie walka. Zobaczmy jeszcze tu, co tu się dzieje.
Another barricade. Considering how well you did on the last one, this should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
I try.
Confringo. Bombarda.
This looks different than what we played before. Now we're also dealing with green symbols.
Confringo.
Wow!
Confringo. Incendio. Bombarda.
Dużo,
Accio. Incendio. Bombarda.
Never knew spiders could make such a mess.
Bit dramatic, isn't it?
Here's
Dużo ich
some of
tutaj
these
było.
stone tablets have 2 rune symbols. That has to mean something.
Confringo. Incendio.
This category has suffered decay, just as the student's summary described.
I doubt anyone's been here in quite some time.
Accio. Revelio.
No, dużo tutaj do zbierania jest.
Incendio. Confringo. Revelio.
Perhaps we need to pull
Więcej?
the handles in the order of the symbols on the tablets.
Nie zacząłem od wskazówki dają.
Accio.
That worked. Keep going.
Nic. I co mamy za bramkę numer 3?
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
No i tak to się robi.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done. I see why Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place.
No, kolejna walka.
Confringo. Incendio. Bombarda. Confringo. Incendio. Bombarda. Confringo. Incendio. Confringo. Bombarda. Incendio.
Ja się żywo, co tu zrobiło. Au!
Confringo. Incendio. Bombarda. Confringo. Confringo. Incendio. Leviosa. Bombarda.
For a moment there, I thought that'd never end.
No, coś tak myślałem. Końca nie widać było.
Revelio.
Jakaś skrzynka ominąłem.
Dead end. Lovely. All that for nothing.
Hold on, don't give up yet.
Relikt aż kipi od energii. Jego możliwości mogą przysłużyć się nie tylko czarodziejom, ale też całemu światu, ale mroczna ofiara, która pozwoli wyzwolić jego potencjał, może być zbyt wielka. O nie, tak jak myślałem. Dopóki nie dowiemy się więcej, proszę nie zabieraj reliktu.
Sebastian, the relic! Look! Could it be? The note and rendition of the relic. It matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea. But we're here for the relic.
No, jestem w kropce. Wiem, że gdyby to było chodziło o moją siostrę, to bym też zrobił wszystko, co jest możliwe, więc...
I'm willing to
spróbujmy.
ignore what the journal entry says. We're taking the relic.
Agreed. This is meant to be. For Anne's sake, I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft. I must keep this relic secret.
O,
Especially from my uncle.
ominus
Is
tam
that-
znalazł.
Ominous. Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine. But Ominous knows I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
How much did you hear?
Everything. I heard you encourage Sebastian to take the relic.
Sebastian's done his research. He knows what he's doing.
Sebastian makes things sound easy when they could be impossible or dangerous. We need to stop him.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
Nie no, jednak może nie jest najlepszy pomysł.
You're right. This seems far riskier than Sebastian realizes.
Good. We're agreed. We don't allow him to leave here with the relic.
I do think we should talk to him, but I fear we won't stop him from taking the relic.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting we negotiate. We allow Sebastian to leave with the relic under one condition. After this, no more.
I feel that's what we agreed to in the scriptorium. I'm being taken for a fool.
You're not, Ominous. This may be the only way to keep your friendship intact. Let's trust him to know what's best.
Fine. If I trust him on this, I'm trusting you too. The dark arts seem harmless until it's too late. Go then. Leave with the relic. I'll not say a word more. I hope I don't regret this.
Sebastian, we're ready.
What is it? I haven't changed my mind.
Ominous has. Let's go.
What? Ominous?
I'll explain on the way. Come on.
O, tu zostawiłem skrzyneczkę. Jeszcze został ten pokój. Czy ja mogę?
Repairer.
Nie mogę.
Well, what happened back there?
Ominous and I found a compromise.
Ominous simply needs a moment with you and change his mind. Is that it?
I told him we ought to give you this chance, that the relic is too important to ignore.
Incendio.
There has to be more to it than that. Tell me.
We agreed on what was needed, Sebastian. You have my word.
Tam jest przejście, ale skąd
I
to
never
przejście?
wanted to keep all this from Ominous. He just doesn't understand. And I didn't want to worry him.
Repairer.
O, proszę. Przypadkiem mi to wyszło.
Accio.
Confringo.
Accio.
I need to find a safe way across.
Accio.
Confringo.
Incendio.
To się troszeczkę cofnęło.
Accio.
Guardian Leviosa.
Accio.
Guardian Leviosa.
Accio.
Guardian Leviosa.
No, nie działa to tak, jakbym chciał.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Też nie? Oj. Nie rozumiem.
Wingardium Leviosa.
No. Ajajaj.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
No to nie chcę współpracować. O. Udało się.
Rickety bone bridge complete.
Iglica wieży.
Accio.
No i udało się. Mamy wszystko zebrane. To jest najważniejsze. I wracamy. Miejmy nadzieję, że nasz przyjaciel Sebastian nie musi nikogo złożyć w ofierze, aby wyleczyć swoją siostrę. Bo to by było wbrew naszej polityce.
As we were leaving, Ominous wouldn't even acknowledge me. That's not like him.
He was troubled, Sebastian. Even though we agreed to it all, it's been a lot to take in.
I thought he understood. He knew we couldn't give up. All of this is too important. For Anne.
To my pieszo teraz mamy tam się dostać? Ojej. Albo możemy się przecież przerzucić. Albo i nie możemy. Zobaczmy, co się stanie. Nie? Też nie. No dobrze, trudno. Taki teścik chciałem przeprowadzić. A tam się coś pali.
When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what has to be done.
Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
I should have been.
bombardment.
Co ich tutaj tak dużo?
Accio. Incendio. Accio. Incendio. Gringo.
Strasznie dużo. O nie. O nie, o nie, o nie. To chyba niedobrze.
Oh no, this isn't. Feldcroft's in trouble.
What is it?
They're under attack. Smoke. Over
Let's
there, by
hurry.
the hamlet.
Revelio.
Taste goblin silver.
I want you. Incendio. Was that just it?
No, trochę się kupuje. Oj. O nie. O nie. Wydało się.
Boy! What have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperious curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
There was little time to react, but it was an unforgivable curse.
I acted in the moment. That's all. I shall make my uncle see reason. He cannot banish me from my own home, from my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension a bit.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
Reparo. Revelio.
Nie ma tu zbyt dużo, co można by było zrobić. Dynka w dyni.
Alohomora.
Revelio.
Dużo tu tych złoczyńców w okolicy.
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Jest zbyt uparty też trochę.
Sebastian and I have encountered Ranrock's loyalists before. That goblin would have killed Anne.
This family does not resort to using dark magic even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately. Why, Sebastian?
Źle wybrałem chyba, no ale trudno. Dobrze, moi drodzy, w tym momencie kończymy sobie naszą krucjatę misji pobocznych. Chyba w następnym odcinku będziemy kontynuować dalej, bo jest ich dużo i są one dosyć interesujące. No i tak jak mówię, ja się z wami na dzień dzisiejszy żegnam. Pamiętajcie, aby lajkować, subskrybować, no i przede wszystkim komentujcie jak zawsze. Dajcie znać, co myślicie, czy lubicie grę, czy będziecie w nią grać, no i te i różne inne rzeczy, które was interesują. Ja wam dziękuję, do zobaczenia, trzymajcie się, cześć.